Dmitry Bivol has released a new training video ahead of Beterbiev's fight. He showcases himself sharpening his uppercut and jab, which might give Beterbiev a tough time in the ring. Another video with more than 1 million views showed him practicing his hand movements and strength training. In the video, he can also be seen practicing foot speed and accuracy for the perfection of his jab in the fight against Beterbiev.
Seconds. Stay it, Dmitry. 7 seconds. Let's work. More speed. There you go. Yeah.
Although there have been reports of Bivol training in various settings, including gyms connected to legendary figures like Mike Tyson. But still, his core training remains under the guidance of Mashyanov. Bivol's regimen is rigorous and includes strength conditioning, defensive drills, and strategic sparring to sharpen his counterpunching, a key element in his victories over top-tier fighters like Canelo Alvarez. The fight between Canelo Alvarez and Dmitry Bivol marked a pivotal moment in Bivol's career. Renowned boxing analyst and trainer Teddy Atlas analyzed how Bivol dominated the fight by capitalizing on Canelo's lack of a strong response. Atlas highlighted that when a fighter like Bivol isn't worried about what's coming back at him, he feels freer to throw more punches without holding back. This allowed Bivol to maintain control throughout the bout, as Canelo couldn't offer enough counterpressure to disrupt Bivol's rhythm.
When there's nothing coming back, there's nothing to deter the guy throwing the punches, in this case Bivol, from being careful about how many he throws. So he put more together knowing he could, because there was nothing to deter him, to threaten him.
Now Bivol is focused more on his speed and focus. Dmitry Bivol's conditioning coach, Taylor Ramsdell, has been playing a crucial role in preparing him for what many consider to be one of the biggest bouts of the year. Ramsdell is focusing on enhancing Bivol's strength, endurance, and overall physical conditioning, ensuring that he has the stamina and power needed to perform at the highest level.
Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 harder. 6 harder. 7 harder. 8 harder. 9 harder. 10.
His training sessions have a combination of strength work, cardio, and specialized drills to maximize Bivol's athleticism and ability to sustain his energy throughout intense rounds in the ring.
More. There you go. Yes. Get it. Top. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Go. 1, yes. 2, yes. 3, 4, strong. 5, 6, 7, 3 more. 3, 2 more. 1 more. Perfect. Boom. 1, yes. Harder. 2, yes. That's it. 3, 4, 1 more. 5, fight.
Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev are two of the most formidable light heavyweights in boxing today. Bivol, with a record of 23-0 and 12 knockouts, is known for his technical precision and ring control. His KO rate is around 52%, and he relies on outboxing his opponents rather than overwhelming them with power. In contrast, Artur Beterbiev boasts a perfect 20-0 record, with all 20 victories coming by knockout, giving him a 100% KO rate. Beterbiev's style is aggressive, and he is feared for his devastating amazing punching power. David Benavidez, a key player in the super middleweight division, shared his thoughts on Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev, two of the top names in light heavyweight boxing. Although Benavidez has not faced either fighter, he provided an insightful breakdown of their styles. He praised Bivol for his speed and agility, noting how Bivol's quick movement around the ring made him a difficult opponent to hit. Benavidez also emphasized the raw power of Artur Beterbiev, suggesting that in terms of sheer strength, Beterbiev presents a more dangerous threat in the ring.
Who do you think poses the harder fight for you between Bivol and Beterbiev? Who presents the more difficult fight?
I think probably Beterbiev.
Yeah.
Because he's 14-0 with 14 knockouts, 15-0, 15 knockouts.
Yeah.
The thing I see about him is a little bit different. It might be an easier way to beat him is that he's really flat-footed, but he has a lot of power.
Yeah.
The thing about Bivol, he's more of a complete fighter.
Right.
He can hit you from here, he can move here. You know, you can't hit him. He's moving, using the whole ring.
David Benavidez has shifted his focus toward the light heavyweight division and is now confirmed as the mandatory challenger for the winner of the highly anticipated October 12th bout between Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev. After years of chasing a fight with Canelo Alvarez, which never materialized, Benavidez decided to move up in weight and pursue a new path in his career. Benavidez is excited for the opportunity to face either Bivol or Beterbiev, both of whom present unique challenges. He's particularly interested in testing his skills against these dominant light heavyweights, aiming to carve his own legacy in the sport.
So with this fight, after this victory, he's going to put me on #1 contender to fight the winner of that. And like I said, that's what we're going for. But right now, we're 100% focused on Alexander.
David Benavidez praised both Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev for their distinct styles. He recognized Bivol for his technical skills and how he moves around the ring, but remains solid and difficult to break down. On the other hand, Benavidez described Beterbiev as relentless, comparing him to a train that keeps coming forward.
They're two different type of fighters, though. Bivol is a boxer. He moves around a lot, but he's solid. Beterbiev is a train, just comes at you, takes shots. It takes shots to give shots.
David Benavidez emphasized the importance of Dmitry Bivol's strategy, particularly his ability to use his jab and maintain control throughout the fight. Benavidez suggested that if Bivol stands his ground during exchanges, he has a strong chance of winning. Benavidez said, "It's going to be a really interesting fight. If Bivol stays on his feet the whole night, uses his jab, and stands his ground during exchanges, he has a really good chance of winning. But Beterbiev, once he gets his engine going, that motherfucker is a train. He has 19 fights, 19 knockouts, it's insane. So, it's going to be a good fight." In their most recent fights, Bivol stopped Malik Zinad in the 6th round, displaying his usual patience and accuracy. But the pressure of facing Artur Beterbiev is something that Dmitry Bivol deals with daily, especially knowing the kind of power Beterbiev brings to the ring. However, boxing legend Roy Jones Jr. has given Bivol high marks for his power, skills, and discipline. Jones emphasized that Bivol has never been knocked down, and his dominant win over Canelo Alvarez proves his exceptional ability. Jones pointed out that Beterbiev's age, now 38, could potentially be a disadvantage, suggesting that Bivol's youth and sharpness give him an edge in the fight.
Beterbiev is 38 years old. Beterbiev has been down.
Yes.
Bivol has never been down. Bivol been in there with who at the time was pound the best, which was Canelo Alvarez. Made him look like nothing. So I'm not saying it's 50-50. Beterbiev got everything to show me to bring it back up to 50-50. Right now, Bivol has the advantage 60-40.
Roy Jones Jr. shared his thoughts on the Bivol versus Beterbiev matchup, giving the edge to Dmitry Bivol due to his superior boxing ability combined with decent punching power. He recognized that Bivol's skills make him more versatile, but warned that Artur Beterbiev's raw power makes him extremely dangerous. Jones emphasized that Beterbiev is one of the hardest punchers the sport has ever seen at light heavyweight, which makes him a threat in any fight. Roy Jones Jr. added to his analysis, discussing how Dmitry Bivol's movement could help him avoid Artur Beterbiev's dangerous power punches, especially in the early rounds. Jones pointed out that if Bivol can use his footwork to steer clear of Beterbiev's power for the first 3 or 4 rounds, Bivol should be able to win the fight. However, he also noted the uncertainty of how Bivol would handle getting caught by someone with the kind of punching power that Beterbiev brings. He said, "Bivol can use his feet to avoid the power for the first 3 or 4 rounds. Bivol should win the fight, but if he gets caught, we don't know because I've never seen him get caught by a guy that punches with the velocity that Artur punches with. This believes that Bivol's success depends on whether he can avoid Beterbiev's power, as no one knows how Bivol might react to a direct hit from such a heavy puncher. Jones remarked on Beterbiev's legendary punching power, acknowledging that Beterbiev might be the hardest puncher the light heavyweight division has ever seen. However, despite Beterbiev's KO power, Jones believes Bivol's overall skills and experience make him the favorite. He added, "It's a very dangerous game because Beterbiev is probably the best puncher ever in that division. If it's 50-50, it's because of his punching power. Maybe he lands, maybe he doesn't. That's the 50-50 part. But for the overall fight, Bivol has the advantage." Bivol, who has expressed admiration for Roy Jones Jr., felt honored by these remarks. Growing up, Bivol was inspired by greats like Jones, Sugar Ray Leonard, Mike Tyson, and Muhammad Ali. Hearing praise from one of his idols has given him an extra boost of confidence as he prepares for this significant challenge in his career.
It means a lot to me, to be honest, because Roy Jones is one of the favorite fighters. Sugar Ray Leonard, Roy Jones, Mike Tyson, Ali. They are, for me, And in some period of my life, they were just idols, and that he's giving me this chances that I could win. It's amazing for me, to be honest. It gives me more confidence.
Chris Algieri also shared his 2 cents on the potential outcomes of the Bivol versus Beterbiev fight, suggesting that it could go the distance if Bivol wins. He sees Bivol as the type of fighter who could outbox Beterbiev for 12 rounds, but believes if Beterbiev were to win, it would likely be through a stoppage due to his power. Algieri said, "I actually think this fight could go the distance if Bivol wins. I could see it going 12 rounds. If Beterbiev wins, I could see it getting stopped." Chris Algieri continued his analysis of the Bivol versus Beterbiev fight, pointing out that while Dmitry Bivol can punch well enough to earn respect, he's not known as a heavy puncher. Algieri noted that even though Bivol fought a smaller opponent like Canelo Alvarez, he wasn't able to seriously hurt or stop him. On the other hand, Beterbiev is a true light heavyweight with significant power, and although he has been hurt and knocked down in the past, he always recovers and comes back stronger.
Bivol listen, he can punch well enough, but he's not a puncher per se. And he gets plenty of respect. He had a guy, Canelo, much smaller guy. Couldn't really hurt him and get him out of there either. Beterbiev is a true 175-pounder. He's super strong. Absolutely, he's aggressive at times. He does get hit with shots. He has been hurt before, but he always gets up. And he gets up and he brings the heat afterwards.
At the same podcast, Paulie Malignaggi shared his thoughts on Artur Beterbiev's fighting mentality, emphasizing that Beterbiev is not the type of fighter who would accept being outclassed and simply retreat into survival mode. Malignaggi believes that if Beterbiev found himself being outboxed, he would still keep pushing forward, looking for the knockout. Even in a situation where he is losing, Beterbiev would either aim to secure the knockout or go out on his shield.
Beterbiev being one of those guys where he wouldn't just accept, oh, let me shell up and try to go the distance. If he was being outclassed, because let's face it, he could also knock Bivol out, obviously. But if he was the one being outclassed in the fight, I could see him continuing to try to push it and either try to get the knockout or be knocked out.
Artur Beterbiev and Callum Johnson faced off in October 2018 for the IBF light heavyweight title. Beterbiev, known for his relentless knockout power, defended his title against Johnson in a thrilling fight. Johnson, despite being an underdog, managed to knock Beterbiev down in the second round, marking a rare moment where Beterbiev showed vulnerability. Callum Johnson talked about facing Beterbiev and that some fans are concerned about Beterbiev's age. However, Johnson emphasized that Beterbiev has shown no signs of slowing down, noting that he's maintained peak performance and consistency in all of his recent fights.
It's very interesting, isn't it? It's a 50-50 fight. You got to look. People say about Beterbiev's age, but he is getting on. He is like touching 40. But again, someone like that's lived the life. He's shown no signs of slowing down in his fights recently.
Callum Johnson raised important questions about Beterbiev's age and recent knee surgery. He expressed curiosity about how the surgery might impact Beterbiev's performance and whether age could finally catch up with the light heavyweight champion. Johnson added, "He's coming back from knee surgery. How's that going to affect him? I think the thing is the age going to affect him because at some point it will, whether it's now or not. Will the knee surgery affect him?" Johnson also pointed out that many people underestimate Beterbiev Beterbiev, focusing only on his power, but Beterbiev's amateur accolades, including world and European gold medals, are a testament to his boxing talent. Johnson noted that while Bivol's movement could pose a challenge, Beterbiev's combination of strength and boxing ability makes him a formidable opponent. Johnson continued, "People don't give Beterbiev the credit he deserves for his boxing ability because that man can box. You don't win world and European gold medals if you can't box. His strength and power is unmatched, isn't it?" Callum Johnson reflected on his fight with Artur Beterbiev, sharing how he sensed Beterbiev weakening during the bout. In his corner, Johnson mentioned feeling that Beterbiev was losing strength, but he soon realized it was a strategic trap set by the powerful champion.
I was saying to Joe in the corner, I can feel him weakening, Joe. I can feel him weakening. But, you know, he just lured me into that trap, didn't he? And he got me. You know, the man's unbelievable. He's pound for pound, isn't he? For a reason. So I can't give him nothing but credit. But, yeah, I mean, the experience I had, and you asked me, at the time, I didn't feel like it was anything out of the ordinary, but it obviously was, because, I mean, looking back at the video, when he's hitting my arms, he's knocking me all over, do you know what I mean? So
Looney B shared his excitement for the upcoming fight featuring Artur Beterbiev, predicting that the bout will end quickly. He emphasized how well Beterbiev handles larger opponents, comparing him to fighters like Callum Smith, who is big enough to fight in the cruiserweight division. Looney B is confident in Beterbiev's ability to deliver a dominant performance. He stated, "I'm excited for the fight. I think Beterbiev, I don't think it'll go past 7 or 8. Someone like Callum Smith, who's really big, possibly fighting at cruiserweight, Beterbiev got him out of there in 7. Looney B also praised Beterbiev's ring strategy, especially his ability to cut off the ring and target the body effectively. This approach, according to him, helps Beterbiev wear down his opponents fast, leading to early stoppages. He added, "Beterbiev really cuts off the ring well and attacks the body, shoulders, and hips. I think Bivol will get stopped quickly." Looney B is confident that Beterbiev's power and tactics will result in a fast victory over Bivol. Finally, Looney B dismissed concerns about Beterbiev's age and layoffs, pointing out that experienced athletes with strong amateur backgrounds can still perform at the highest level, despite being older. He referenced critics who doubted Beterbiev but were proven wrong when he continued to dominate younger opponents.
When you got that many amateur fights and you that good, layoffs mean nothing. Like, and you know, like just look at what he's doing. First they said, "Oh, Beterbiev's getting old." He fights at 39 years old and crushes Callum Smith. They're like, "Oh, well, he's getting better." But now like, "Oh, maybe it's the layoff." Now, listen, the man is just good. Get over it. He's a freak of nature. His age just don't matter. He's that good. Sorry. Look at LeBron James. How old is LeBron James? 40, 39, 40. Still got it. You got those freak of natures, you know what I'm saying? Look at Lonnie B, 39. Still get busy.
Joe Rogan couldn't stop praising Artur Beterbiev, calling him a true standout in the boxing world. While Dmitry Bivol is impressive, Rogan described Beterbiev as the Picasso of boxing. He pointed out Beterbiev's perfect 19-0 record, with every win coming by knockout, something incredibly rare for a world champion. Rogan highlighted how Beterbiev's unmatched power makes him a terrifying presence in the ring.
This guy's a animal. He's 18-0 with 18 knockouts. Jeez. He's the only world champion that's in boxing today that has a 100% knockout ratio for every fight he's ever been in. He's from Chechnya. This dude is terrifying.
Continuing his admiration, Rogan reflected on Beterbiev's dominant performance against Joe Smith Jr., who is known for his own power in the light heavyweight division. Beterbiev dismantled Smith in just 2 rounds, which left Rogan in awe of his skill and strength. Rogan added, "Joe Smith Jr. is an animal. He's this big, power-punching light heavyweight, and Beterbiev destroyed him in 2 rounds." Joe Smith Jr. weighed in on the potential fight between Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev, expressing his view that the outcome could go either way. Smith praised Beterbiev for his technical skills and power, emphasizing his accuracy when placing punches. However, he also acknowledged Bivol's agility and in-and-out movement, suggesting that Bivol's ability to move in and out of range might give him an edge. Smith said, "I believe that's a fight that could go either way. Beterbiev has great technical skills, great power, and he's very accurate where he places his punches, but Bivol has that in-and-out movement and a little bit more agility, I'd say." Joe Smith Jr. talked about Bivol's ability to wear down opponents with his speed and volume of punches. Smith noted that while Bivol may not be known for having knockout power, he can still stun his opponents with multiple quick, accurate punches. This leads to moments where fighters hesitate, unsure of how to respond, as Bivol keeps them busy and off balance with his relentless combinations.
Bivol, he does have enough power to stun you, but he's so busy, he hits you with you know, 5, 6 punches that are stunning you. So you get stunned and then you get stunned again, where it makes you, you know, you start hesitating on what you're going to throw, because the more busy you get, the more he starts hitting you.
Joe Smith Jr. noticed that while he felt strong during the match, Beterbiev's power eventually got the better of him. Smith explained that he didn't feel overwhelmed by Beterbiev's strength, but an accurate shot behind the ear had a sudden and dramatic effect. Although he didn't feel the punch itself, the impact was enough to bring him down and prevent recovery.
I felt I was stronger. Like, I didn't feel like he was overpowering or anything of me, but you know, he caught me with the accurate shot right on my ear, right behind it, and you know, honestly, I didn't even feel it. My legs just went down and never came back. So, I mean, I guess he does got pretty good power.
The fight between these two champions is expected to be a thrilling clash of styles, with Bivol's technical skill set facing off against Beterbiev's raw power. This contrast makes their upcoming bout in October 2024 a highly anticipated event in the boxing world. Brandon Glanton, who has sparred Beterbiev, shared an intense experience from his past, describing the sheer power of a punch he took during sparring. He recalled being hit so hard in the hip that the pain radiated down to his foot and lasted for a week. Glanton emphasized how incredibly strong the punch felt, comparing it to nothing he had ever experienced before, even though the sparring took place years ago in 2017. He said, "He hit me in my hip so hard I felt it in my foot for a week. The guy is an incredibly strong puncher. It's different, like nothing I had ever felt before." That was years ago, in 2017. But at that point, I was like, wow, okay, this is what I'm dealing with. I grew a lot from that, and it was my pleasure. This experience helped Glanton learn and grow as a fighter, acknowledging the power he faced in the ring. Brandon Glanton said that Dmitry Bivol would win the fight. While acknowledging that both are highly skilled fighters, Glanton emphasized Bivol's mastery of distance and timing as key factors in his favor. He suggested that Beterbiev wouldn't be able to get close to Bivol often enough to land his powerful shots, and once Bivol felt the first big punch, he would adjust to avoid taking another one.
No, I think Bivol beats him. Yeah, I think, and again, two very, very good fighters, but in my head, Bivol is a master of distance and timing. I just don't think Beterbiev will be allowed to get that close to him. Maybe a few times, but I think after Bivol feels that first cracking shot, you know, the alarm will go off like, okay, not again. You know, so people will say I'm wrong. You know, I just believe in time and distance. I believe in boxing schooling. I think I got to edge that up to Bivol, man.
As the Bivol vs. Beterbiev fight approaches, the anticipation continues to build, with Greg Hackett calling it one of the best matchups of the year. He praised both fighters, referring to them as monsters, but predicted that Beterbiev would eventually emerge victorious. However, Hackett noted that Bivol would give Beterbiev a tough and challenging fight before the end.
It's one of the best fights we're going to get this year. Two monsters. I think Beterbiev will win, right? But I think Bivol will put him through hell before he can win.
Hackett gave an insightful analysis, acknowledging that both fighters would face significant challenges. He believed Bivol would shine in the early rounds, possibly winning the first 6 with his boxing skills. He said, "It's going to take a lot out of Beterbiev, and it's going to take a lot out of Bivol. Bivol's going to look like a hell of a boxer in the beginning. He might go up 6 rounds, but Beterbiev will be able to catch up to him." Hackett also touched on the fighters' mentalities, praising Bivol for his toughness and resilience. Still, he believed Beterbiev's relentless mindset and refusal to give in would be the key to his victory. Hackett added, "Beterbiev is super vicious and Bivol is a man of respect, but Beterbiev's mindset is what's going to win him the fight." In offering strategic advice for Bivol, Hackett emphasized the importance of pacing and composure. He suggested that Bivol should avoid getting trapped into survival mode by Beterbiev's aggression. Instead, Bivol would need to stay calm, set up his punches carefully, and plan his exits after exchanges to avoid being overwhelmed by Beterbiev's relentless pressure.
To get the W, he got to pace himself well. He can't let Beterbiev to the point where he throwing to survive. He got to set up his punches and set up his exit. If he don't do that, then he's going to be in trouble after he throws punches, or maybe even before, or in between times. So he got to set up good shit, break him down, and pick his spots. And then the last 4 rounds, He got to win convincingly.
As we gear up for this thrilling showdown, it's clear that both fighters bring something unique to the table. Who do you think will come out on top? Bivol's technical mastery or Beterbiev's knockout power? Drop your predictions in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more fight breakdowns and updates.